to the stage. This is a good friend of mine, man. One of Chicago's funniest. You might have catch him on NPR. Wait. Bring him up with a lot of love right now. Adam Burke.
Hey, one more time, can we get a huge round of applause for Joey V? So funny. Holy shit, he's so great. He's a great comic. How you guys doing? You all right? So real quick, where are my out-of-towners out? Chicago out-of-towners, make some noise. Chicago people make some noise. Where's Chicago? Oh. All right. I'm just trying to figure out. Because I've lived here like 13 years, but I grew up overseas. I grew up in Northern Ireland, in London. Yeah, so now I have this stupid fucking accent. Like my accent now, it's just thick enough to be annoying, but not enough to be charming. Like this is the verbal equivalent of someone who's got one leg that's slightly shorter than the other. It's not weird enough where you're gonna say anything, but you definitely want your suspicions confirmed by the end of the night. And comedians are mean. The other comic said that I look and sound like if the movie Taken was set in a library. I don't like that. I have a very specific set of skills. They mainly involve the Dewey Decimal System. Return the book and that'll be an end to it. You know what I mean? It's not nearly as exciting. I'm a bit out of it at the moment because I suffer from seasonal allergies. I thank you just for laughing at that straight away. Well, what sucks about seasonal allergy, I don't know if you're aware, it is never not a season. So I am allergic to forever. And allergies are just the planet's way of letting you know that you are not welcome. Like I step outside and I'm basically just maced by Mother Nature. Like, stop looking at me! I can't help it, you are everywhere. I have friends who don't have allergies and they flaunt it. They just prance around, inhaling flowers and eating spoonfuls of dander. Meanwhile, it feels like my own face is rejecting itself. Look, if you don't have allergies, congratulations. I also hope that you die and get reincarnated as a bee that has seasonal allergies. You won't be able to pollinate shit. You guys enjoying your summer here in Chicago? It's nuts here, man. I don't know if you heard, we had this thing in Chicago called Lollapalooza. It's a big musical festival where lots of kids come in and just fuck up the entire city for a week. What's great about Lollapalooza this year, the first day of it, the Thursday, they evacuated the entire festival because of a lightning storm. Do you know how hard it is to evacuate 70,000 people that are that high on Molly watching fucking lightning? They're just all like, woo, is this Skrillex? No, it's thunder. Get the fuck out of the park, you child. I've never been to Lollapalooza. I've never had $500 just lying around. A friend of mine went last year. I said, how was it? Well, the headliners, were they awesome? He was like, actually, I spent the entire time in the DJ tent. I'm sorry, but going to Lolla and spend the whole time listening to DJs, isn't that like going to Woodstock and while Jimi Hendrix is on stage, you're busy having your face painted? He's like, I look like a dragon. Like, give me your fucking money. Not a huge fan of Chicago in the summer. There is one thing I like about Chicago in the summer, and that's seeing tourists getting yelled at about our dumb fucking rules that we have about shit that no one else cares about. Like, for instance, out-of-towners, the Chicago people will answer this real quick. Out-of-towners, if you don't know, we have a rule in this city about hot dogs. Chicago people, what's the rule about hot dogs? Do you hear that shit? It's like a weird, like a fucking Trump rally. Jesus Christ. People treat that shit like church. They're like, no ketchup. They're so fucking serious about it. It's a thing. Some places won't even have ketchup. Some places you can't even wear a red shirt. It's so weird. But look, however you guys want to do your hot dog, I personally don't give a shit. But Chicago as a city, we need to drop this fucking strident no ketchup thing. We do, because we're trying too hard. We're too hard, like we're different. We're a little bit weird. At this point, Chicago is like a college freshman who forgot to develop a personality in high school and is now trying to throw one together with a bunch of weird opinions and habits. You know that guy, you meet him in the dorm and he's like, "Hi, I'm Brian, but I go by Nightshade. I don't shake hands, I touch ankles, and I wear my shirts inside out." You're like, "Stop trying so fucking hard, Brian, and put ketchup on your hot dog, you weirdo." I just don't get why this city has 900 rules about what can and can't go on your meat and 0 rules about what goes in the meat. That Frankfurter is made out of cow lips and monkey toes. Heinz isn't the problem. That Polish is tied off with a human colon. I don't think condiments are the problem. You guys are awesome. All right, time to bum everyone out. Cool. Yeah, Joey was talking about, did anyone get real nostalgic to like 2 weeks ago when the only thing we were worrying about was nuclear annihilation? Was everyone like, "Oh, that was cool"? Remember we were just worried about nuclear war, now we all kind of wish it would happen? Trump was having way too much fun with just fucking around with the end of the world, wasn't he? He was really enjoying it. He was just, Trump was like, you know when you see a kid at the zoo and he just won't stop fucking with the lion? And at first you're like, "Hey, stop it, it's dangerous." And then eventually you're like, "I really hope this little shit falls in." I'm just worried he's gonna drag me with him, that's the only. At one point, Trump said that North Korea was gonna see fire and fury, the like of which the world has never seen, which sucks for 2 reasons. 1, he was precipitating the end of the world, and B, we now definitely know what Trump calls his testicles. You know what I mean? It's like fire and fury. Is it fury and fire? And then North Korea responded by threatening Guam, which I thought was shitty, because Guam's like, "We didn't fucking do anything." But they did it because it's the only target they could reach. And that's like if you're mad at your boyfriend and you can't get hold of him, so you just kick the shit out of his car, and the car's like, I didn't do anything. He doesn't even own me, I'm a lease. Or a protectorate. I don't really know what Guam is, sir. I feel bad I didn't research it more before it gets destroyed. Guam, but not forgotten, you know what I'm saying? I will never apologize for that joke, never. Also, in Chicago, we weren't even that worried about nuclear war because we were more pissed off about something else. You guys know what? The sugar tax. Do you guys know what this is? Again, out-of-towners, if you don't know, it's this thing that Cook County did now, the sugar tax, where now a 2-liter of Coke costs $4,000. If you look at a donut, they send you a bill. You can't call your wife sweetheart. It's a whole thing. And people were really mad about it, and they were gonna protest, but it turns out it's really hard to march when diabetes is taking your fucking foot. You know, they're just like, "Hell no, I can't go. Distal neuropathy stole my toes." Like, it's all this. You guys are cool. And now, white supremacists are back in the news. Boo, exactly. First of all, this isn't a Disney play, but I appreciate that. You guys are acting like there was a guy, one of them behind me, like, "Oh, there you go." The whole thing is crazy. Just even the way the news has been reporting it. I read this one story. They referred to white supremacist extremists That sentence has one too many words in it. White supremacy is inherently extreme. There's no moderate white supremacists. There's not one guy going to the meeting while the main guy's like, we need to get these blacks out of our country. He's like, while I agree with you, I believe they prefer the term people of color. So like, I'm not a Nazi. I'm like a Nazi. I'm like, not so much. You know what I mean? Like, although that's definitely the guy that suggested tiki torches, right? Guys, they've got a much lower carbon footprint. We're here to destroy the Jews, not the environment. Oh, that's where I lose you? Fuck off. And that's it for Trump jokes. It's very difficult to do jokes about Donald Trump. I know that's very surprising. People come to comedy shows and like it's going to be nothing but Trump jokes. It's very hard to do jokes about Donald Trump, and I'll tell you why. Jokes rely on pattern recognition. I either set up a pattern that I deviate from, or I create a deviant pattern that I then normalize. The problem with Trump is there's no fucking pattern. He's like one of those magic eye pictures. No matter how hard you stare, there's never a fucking sailboat. Like trying to talk about Trump is like trying to play chess against a machine. But not a chess machine, one of those machines that fires tennis balls out of a cannon. It's just you yelling the rules and trying not to get injured. That's all it is. And some people like him, which is fine. I don't really care, but stockbrokers love it. The Dow Jones hit 22,000 points for the first time ever, and they called it the Trump bump, which I think is ridiculous. Because I think the Trump bump should be the name of the pregnancy you're forced to bring to term when they close down all the Planned Parenthoods. Now, about half of you fucking hated that joke. I originally wrote that joke for NPR. They really didn't like it. They're like, yeah, speaking of things that are about to be defunded. Oh, man. You guys are cool. I don't like this summer bullshit. I don't do well with it. Because I'm Irish, man. You know, you can tell how Irish I am by my stupid fucking head, right? Because my hair is brown, but my beard is red. So I'm not a ginger, I'm a chinger. Like, everybody hates this. The carpets don't match the drapes unless the drapes are on fire. You know what I mean? But I'm Irish enough, I hate the summer. If you don't know, the Irish, we have a problematic relationship with the sun. St. Patrick chased the sun out of Ireland in the 5th century, and ever since then it's been hunting us down in other countries and just burning the bejesus out of us. Some people call these freckles, I call them melanoma seeds, because I've never heard such an enthusiastic response for melanoma before. Jesus Christ. Freckles suck. Freckles are just a tan that couldn't get its shit together. My friends are like, well, wear sunblock. And I do, but I put on, it's SPF 100. If you don't know, SPF 100 comes out of a caulking gun. A Lithuanian man puts it on with a trowel. It's like wearing drywall. It doesn't even rub in. It's this weird kabuki makeup. It's like putting mayonnaise on feta. It's disgusting. Keep going. Whenever someone says something like that, I always think that you don't really like the jokes, you just know how fucking suicidal I am. You just keep going. Thanks, this is my little coach out there. Keep going. I'll leave you guys with this. I am getting on a bit now. I'm in my early 40s now, but I still hang out with a lot of these young, straight, male comedians. Scumbags, I call them, scumbags. And they're always complaining to me the only time they meet women is either at 4 a.m. bars or on Tinder, you know, the dating app. They're always complaining, like, what if I wind up with one of these women? That's not going to be a romantic story to tell our kids. I met your mother when I swiped my greasy thumb across her face. Or I met her on Tinder. That last joke is a drunk test. If you take too long to laugh, we take your fucking keys. It's another thing that these young men do, and it's a phrase that they use, ma'am. I'm gonna use some language here, do forgive me, but these young men, when they talk about these young women, they talk about how they're going to destroy that vagina. Or how they're gonna crush pussy. I can't say the word pussy on stage without giggling. I get real giggly, but they do. They talk about how they're gonna destroy that vagina. Now here's the thing about that, sir. Here's the thing. It's a vagina, sir. I mean, you guys have got a long talk to have later on tonight. Jesus Christ. That's gonna be educational. Would you agree with me that the phrase, destroy the vagina, that's rather aggressive, isn't it? It's probably misogynistic. It's definitely woefully inaccurate, because after heterosexual sex, the vagina isn't the organ that appears to be destroyed. It's not the one that collapses and folds in on itself and starts twitching like it's just seeing the unseeable. After straight sex, a penis looks like a Just Rescue minor dragged from the shaft. It's dehydrated and traumatized. It keeps slipping into a coma. The vagina isn't even aware that there's been an incident. As far as it's concerned, the coalface is still open and ready for more drilling. Thank you guys so much for listening. I'm Adam Burke.
Hey, one more time for Adam Burke. One more time for Adam. Hey, he tore that ass up though. Give it up for Adam Burke. He tore all that ass up.